Get woke, go broke. Washington Post staff meeting erupts into chaos as layoffs announced. I'm gonna play the clip in a minute, but these people are so entitled. They think they're entitled to their job. You know, they're so used to pushing this propaganda out there, and they're like, "What do you mean we can't push more propaganda?" These activists portraying themselves as journalists, and now the American people are starting to find out. When I say that, I mean some of the people on the left are starting to find out where that they're being lied to about so many things, about the stupid 19. They've been lied to about the elections, and they've been lied to about so many things, and people have been finding out that that these propagandists are the ones that are lying to them. You know, the Washington Post says that democracy dies in the dark. Well, the Washington Post are one of the entities that actually turned the light off on democracy. And again, this is what people are starting to find out. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. And there's also a link to my Instagram as well. All right, let's talk about this news here. After losing more than 500,000 subscribers, 500,000 in the past 2 years, did the far left writers and employees at the Washington Post really think they would avoid any consequences? I mean, do they really think who's gonna pay? Who's gonna pay them if you lose 500,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers? Where are you gonna get the money from? It would appear that they are exactly as oblivious as many people suspected. I mean, we know that about the left, and this shows it. This eruption shows it. A recent hidden camera video has surfaced of the latest Washington Post employees town hall meeting in which the CEO, Frederick Ryan, delivers the bad news that the company will be executing worker layoffs after subscription revenues plummeted. Not surprisingly, these milquetoast people, the employees, presumably made up primarily of journalists, erupted into a mass chatter of squawking chickens demanding answers and job guarantees. And these people are just ridiculous. They're childish, and they're showing how childish they really are. I'm gonna play, if I can get it up here in a second. I'm gonna play it. So hold on one second. Let me share my screen here. All right, here we go.
We're not going to turn the town hall into a grievance session for the I'm sorry. Thank you.
Ask the question.
Brad, you talked about positions getting eliminated. What are you going to do to protect people's jobs? Are they going to be treated like the magazine staffers were?
We will have. I'm gonna pause it here for a second. He said, "How are you gonna protect people's jobs?" Like, what do you mean protect people's jobs? We just said you're gonna be laying people off. So, I mean, your job is not protected. If you don't have the subscriber base, I blame yourself for pushing so much propaganda, and the chicken is now coming home to roost. People now know that you guys lie in your reporting on stuff. There's so many stuff that's coming out of late that people are looking at that and they're like, wait a minute, you guys are actually saying the opposite of what reality is right now. And people are like, well, if you're gonna sit here and lie to me, I'm not gonna pay a subscription to be lied to. And that's what's happening. And now these people feel entitled to their jobs, and now they're upset that they're gonna be losing their jobs.
We'll have more information as we move forward. Thank you very much.
And how will these positions be decided?
How you know that you seem to be disrespecting this.
Disrespected. I mean, it's just ridiculous here. I'm not excited. I'm not happy that people are actually losing their job. It is kind of sad, but they made their bed. Now it's time for them to lie in it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It is what it is. The Washington Post has long operated as a mouthpiece bullhorn for establishment propaganda, as I already alluded to, and functions as an attack dog against conservatives for years rather than an accurate news source. Excuse me, let me spit my gum out here. Um, Specifically, the outlets use of fraudulent fact checking has contributed to a considerable decline in public trust, and this habit accelerated after Jeff Bezos acquired the Post in 2013. Amazon must not be doing so great this holiday season, and funds are drying up. And again, we're in a recession. Everyone knows it. They try to hide it, but we all know we're in a recession, and things are going to get a lot worse before it get any better. Even economists are starting to admit that. The corporate media is facing a reckoning this year going into 2023. Their audience numbers are in steep decline and have been since before the COVID pandemic. While PPP loans and stimulus measures may have kept some of these outlets afloat, even at Life Raft now disappearing along with the ever shrinking ad revenues, the real culprit behind the fall of these companies, though, is themselves. And that's the thing, because people are not listening to them now because there are alternative news sources, people like myself and a whole bunch of other people on YouTube and people with Substacks and things like that are doing real journalism, real reporting the real truth, and they can go to these alternative media sources and not have to listen to people lying to them. And woke zealotry does not sell. This is a fact proven time and time again, even more so in the past 2 years, when the media edifice chooses to cater to a tiny percentage of the population, many of them younger zennials with little to no money. It is only a matter of time before they face a profit collapse. The Washington Post is the victim of its own elitist ideology, and many of the employees are just as guilty as the leadership. Get woke, go broke. And we're seeing it now. Again, the chickens are coming home to roost. Maybe if they start doing some actual factual reporting, maybe they can win some subscribers back. But I think all is lost now for these news sources like the Washington Post and such, because people are just sick and tired of listening to the propaganda and listening to the lies. The mainstream media is less popular than Congress, and we know how unpopular Congress is. So, but let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out themarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.